landscape photographer shooting telephoto birds and flowers. You just gotta make the best of it. So welcome to a very early morning here in the Netherlands. And weather conditions actually looked quite promising today. And I hope you can see it, but if you look on the water here, on the lake, there's a tiny bit of mist flowing over it, but it's still extremely early, so I'm just hoping that this will increase a little bit after sunrise. So yeah, it's been a while since I've been out, so I just needed to get into the flow. So let's see if we can get a couple of nice images. So let's go and see if we can get a proper image here. There's some really nice low-hanging mist above the water. It's still a couple of minutes until sunrise. Usually it gets more after sunrise. But there's a heron sitting there in the middle of that fog and mist that I actually quite like, with a nice reflection. So I'm going to put on big white, see if I can get close enough to take a picture of it. So it's still sitting there, the same spot. So let's see if we can get a picture of it. It's actually sitting the wrong way around. It's facing the reed. Composition would be much better if it's facing the opposite side, looking into the water, so might be worth waiting here for a minute. So just have a look here. There are a couple of islands. You see, a shot like this is quite nice with a bit of fog around it. There's another one on this side, it's more to the right. As you see, there's another island here, and I just need a duck to swim around that corner to create a little interest. And there's a little peninsula here with some ducks sitting on it. So yeah, I think there's a lot of potential for a decent image, but yeah, everything has to come together, everything has to align. While I'm talking to you, a couple of ducks swim around the corner there, exactly where I wanted it, but I just put the lens in manual focus. So the heron changed its position also. Now there's just a lot going on here in this small area, and now I don't think it's a smart idea to get closer. If I get closer they will fly away for sure. So I'm just gonna stick around here, see what will happen. Got nothing to lose. There's another duck swimming from around the corner there. I think that was a Nice shot. Exactly how I wanted it. The reeds, bit of mist, and one duck swimming in there. You know, I love it when things come together, you know. Crazy. It's at least a picture with a bit of atmosphere. There's no light, you know. I think the sun is up at the moment. If you look on the opposite side here, you can see that the sun is hitting those trees there. So I know there are some ducks swimming towards that left island. Let's see if we can capture those. Now, the thing that always fascinates me is that you don't need much to get a nice image. You know, just a tiny little scene in that massive environment with a bit of interesting conditions, like that tiny bit of fog, and then just a subject, a duck or heron. It's just really, really awesome to capture those very small parts of the landscape that give that piece of interest. So I hope these couple of images worked out, that they have enough atmosphere in them, yeah, to make an interesting image, or else this is going to be quite a boring video. So, and I reckon that when the fog is gone, a couple of minutes after sunrise usually, there will be nothing left to shoot here, but we'll see. We'll just go around, see if we can find some more. Maybe there's a different patch in the shade with a little bit more of this fog. Who knows? So let's go find out. What's that? So there's a bird sitting here on the opposite side, on the lake shore of the lake, which I think is a spoonbill. I'm not quite sure. Could be a white heron, but it's standing on 1 feet, which is usually a good sign for a spoonbill, but it is sleeping, and I've been standing here for like 10 minutes at the moment, hoping that it will move or show its beak, but it isn't. So, and I'm not the kind of person that's clapping his hand or screaming or anything to wake up the animals, so I'm just gonna leave it there, leave it to rest. And we're going to take a picture. Let me know in the comments, what do you think? Is it a spoonbill? You know, they're quite common in the Netherlands, but I don't come across them that often. So for me, it's kind of a rare bird. But then, you know, I'm not really into bird photography anymore. Saying that in a video where I took a lot of birds, you know. That's how things go sometimes. So yeah, spoonbill or not. So I'm actually looking at a pretty cool shot over here on the opposite side of the lake. So let me try to show you here what I'm looking at, because there's no fog left, the fog is gone, but just look at those two geese there with that almost perfect reflection and those abstract shapes in the water. I absolutely love it. So I'm gonna try to take a picture. I would actually love to go a little bit lower so I can get them really on eye level, but there's just a tiny fence here to keep the sheep inside. There's some sheep grazing here. So I'm gonna settle for this at the moment. So as you can see, the first light is finally going over this hill here, hitting my face, hitting the background, and almost hitting this beautiful foxglove here. And I've got the right lens on to try and get some really nice shots with a bit of a blurry background. Especially this one, the background is really far away. So if I just get myself a little bit over to that side, a little bit more distance towards the flower, I might be able to get a really nice shot with the sunlight hitting this foxglove. So it's all about finding an opportunity to photograph something. So let's go find a spot, see if we can get a nice image of this flower with a massive telephoto. Okay. That 150 to 400 might be a bit too ambitious. So let's switch to a bit of smaller lens. So 50 to 200, I think that's going to work better. So let's find out. The focal range is good. I'm just waiting now until the sun is going to lower and hit that flower. This might be a bit of a strange video, especially after all that Madeira stuff, but it is good to be back in the Netherlands. It is good to be back home. It's gonna need all of my creativity to get through summer with a bit of content. It's gonna be really difficult during the summer months, but yeah, look at this. This is recorded like halfway of June. I think next week is the 21st of June, Midsummer Nacht in the Nordics, and that's usually the longest day of the year. So if we can find a compelling image close to the longest day of the year, there's always something to photograph. It could be something like we did earlier, or it could be a flower like this. You just got to work with what you have. And I know you're all looking at that tree over here in the background behind me, this one. And you're all thinking, oh, that reflection, take that shot. I know, but I got like 200 versions of that on my computer at home. So I'm not really interested in that tree. This is the closest reserve to my house, almost the closest. Now, maybe a 10-15 minute drive. So I wasn't expecting much of the conditions actually. There was a slight chance of a little bit of mist. Now, we've had that. I think that's already over. So just switching to the next opportunity. And this flower, that's my next opportunity now. So let's wait, see if we can make something of this image. So hopefully you can see that my nice flower is now standing in the sunlight. So the sun just came from above the trees there. And it's really nice, and especially when you blur it out at f2.8, you get some really nice background. And especially if you focus on those wet plants here in the background. So I hope I can try to show you. Let's go and see. So just look at this flower. If you zoom in, you see that background just becomes really blurry. I really like that. So my shot is going to include the complete flower. But I think it will be quite a decent shot. You know, landscape photographer shooting telephoto birds and flowers. You know, you just gotta make the best of it. So I think this is going to be the end of today's video. You know, it's not the best results. You know, I think I've got some images that made it worth it to go out here. But at least I enjoyed myself. You know, it's been like 2 or 3 weeks since I returned from Madeira. So that's like 2 or 3 weeks since the last time that I touched my camera. And, you know, I just felt like going out, like enjoying nature again. And I think it was worth it, you know. I found a little bit of relaxation, cleared the mind, got a couple of decent images, recorded a video, you know. I just hope that you enjoyed it and that this little trip was worth the effort of setting the alarm at 4 a.m. this morning. So it's now 10 minutes past 6. You know, I've been walking around here for over an hour. And I think the best is gone, you know. The best is gone. You can see the city is coming to life, buses, cars driving by. So the nice morning sounds are gone. The nice images are gone. The fog is gone. So, yeah, I think there's no need to stay out here. So I'm gonna head back, and I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please push that thumbs up button. And there is a subscribe button underneath this video if you want to see more images all about nature photography, the outdoors, landscapes, animals, birds with OM system gear. Then make sure to subscribe to the channel, because there are weekly new videos every Thursday, every Sunday. And if you didn't see it yet, then please check out my Madeira series. I'm actually quite proud of those videos, you know, really nice material. And yeah, I just hope to see you on the next video with hopefully some better conditions, but I'm not complaining. At least I enjoyed myself. So I hope you did too. See you next time. Bye bye.